Hey guys, what's going on today? Glad to be with you. Motocross of Nations 2014. But let's get a recap on 2013 first. Let's look at what happened. USA, they didn't get the gold, so they ended up with silver, coming in second. Last year's USA team consisted of Ryan Dungey, Eli Tomac, and Justin Barsha. They didn't string up the greatest of performances. Bad luck struck. Eli Tomac came with the best performance on Mo in his final moto with a second place behind his rival Ken Roczen. Other than that, Ryan Dungey, he mastered like a 6 and 7, and Barsha in his final race, I believe, he was big on as well. But let's look at this year's motocross of nations as far as the pick. Who you have picked, and in the lights class you got Blake Baggett, Jeremy Martin, and Cooper Webb, and all three of them could go. And in the premier class you have Ryan Dungey. He's the clear favorite. He's the leading American in the point standing, second behind Ken Roczen, and you have James Stewart and Canard with an outside shot. Now let's look at the lights class first. Jeremy Martin, Blake Baggett, they've been evenly matched throughout this series, speed and everything, and tight in the points race. So, Roger DeCosta must be scratching his head right now trying to figure out who he's going to choose for the Motocross of Nations team, because it's going to have to leave. This going to come down to which rider. It's going to come down to which rider is the more consistent, which rider wins the championship, and which rider stays on the box, and which rider stays healthy out of the three. That's what it's going to come down to. But let me break it down to you. Blake Blake has been on a tour as of late. His confidence is brewing. You know, we saw what happened with him and Cooper Webb last week at Tennessee when he took that thrilling moto victory at the last turn. To overtake Cooper Webb. Showing that Blake Baker showing his prowess and speed and strength. His late moto charges are coming back. Cooper Webb came back and redeemed himself in the second moto to win in dominating fashion. However, Blake Baggett had a crash in the second moto. Jeremy Martin's been off the pace. 10-6, that's not for him. As far as him getting picked for Team USA, he's gonna have to turn that around, and he's gonna have to win that championship. Stay on the box, get some podiums, get some race wins, and stay healthy. Now Cooper Webb's come on as of late, his most recent victory. So that's has been on the radar for Roger DeCosta too from the beginning of the season. The two Yamaha riders, and Blake Baggett. So there's only one that's gonna get chosen in the lights class. So Cooper Webb wants to go. He's gonna have to put on some more. We know he could get on the box. We know he's got the speed, and now we know he could win because he got it first overall. So he's gonna have to get some more overall victories. Get on that podium, stay healthy, and be consistent, and try to win that championship. It's going to come down to whichever one of those three riders win the championship and stay healthy and stay on the podium. That's who's going to get chosen for Team USA because they're evenly matched. And right now, Blake Baggett has the experience. He's having done it previously in 2012 where he was able to get a bronze medal. So he has the experience and he shows he has the speed. He's the veteran of the class. But if Blake Baggett could carry on the momentum that has been carrying on all this time, I think he'll be selected, but it's going to be close. He's going to have to win this championship and get some race wins and stay on the podium and stay healthy to get chosen. And the same could be said about Jeremy Martin. He's going to have to maintain his points lead. He's going to have to stay on that box. He's going to have to get some race wins and get healthy. Cooper Webb's got to get some race wins. Cooper Webb's got to stay on the box. He's got to stay healthy. He's going to have to win the championship. That's what I think will be the most logical being when it comes to picking those guys. So whoever's going to be the most consistent, who's going to be healthy, who's going to ensure the speed, who's going to win the championship. So about that. And in the premier class, Ryan Dungey, is the leading American in the point standing, second behind Ken Roczen. So he's been the most consistent, even though he hasn't. I would say James has got more race wins, but Dungey has been more consistent. That's Mr. Consistent. So his second in the points and his close always up in the top three. Stewart's had some ups and downs. He ain't been as consistent as Dungey. So when we're looking at the Dungey's the odds-on favorite, as far as you're looking at the points, and it's ahead of James in the points, and him has been representing America previously. Having done so most recently in 2013 motocross of the nations. So him and Roger DeCosta have a good rapport, and it's got the results to back it up right now. Plus, Rogers his manager at KTM. I'm not saying that's going to make a big difference, but they have an understanding and a relationship, and Ryan Dungey has the results to back it up, because second in the points, is the one that's right knocking on Ken Roczen door for the points. So, and James ain't too far off either. But, and if James wants to get picked, it's going to have to stay on the box, it's going to have to stay healthy, it's going to have to string up some race wins too, and it's going to have to be more consistent. Because Canard has an outside shot too, even though Canard hasn't run any races. But if Canard could show that it's more consistent than Stewart, and he could get on the box and he could stay healthy, and he beats Stewart in each point standings and take sole position of third, he will get chosen over Stewart. Now, as far as Roger DeCosta and Stewart's relationship, I don't know the full details of that, but I think it's going to come down to, whether or not Stewart is consistent, and if Stewart could stay on the box, and if Stewart could get mix it up and stay in the top 3 in points, or go on to win this championship, or even go on to take second place from Dungey. I think if he could stay on the box and stay healthy, Stewart has a good chance again, but it's going to have to stay on the box. It's going to have to be in the top 3 in points, and it's going to have to show that he's consistent and then string up some more race wins. And we know that he has the speed, so that's my take on the team selected for Motocross Nations. I know Roger DeCosta's probably scratching his head because they're going to have a hard time. Roger DeCosta's having a hard time right now, like scratching his head, and it's interesting and it's fun because, like I said, in the lights class you got Cooper Webb, Jeremy Martin, and Blake Baggett, and in the Premier class you got Ryan Dungey, who's ahead of Stewart and them guys. I would say, as far as getting picked, so long as he stays healthy, he's going to stay on the box as Mr. Consistency, so he'll be selected for Team USA. James Stewart and Trey Canard's getting battled it out for the final spot in the Premier class to see who represents USA. Now, Canard turns it around, he beats Stewart, and he gets some race wins, he gets on the podium and stays healthy, and beats Stewart on the point standings, in the final point standings. It's gonna get it. But Eli Tomac's another factor. His come on as of late now. I would throw Eli Tomac in the picture if he continues on that same road and builds on the momentum, having been on the coach for like 4 months and come back and take 2 thirds in the Premier class. That's awesome. Sitting on the coach, he's showing speed and strength already. He's only going to get better and stronger, so I'm going to put Eli Tomac into the head too. So Eli Tomac could build on that and continue on getting top 3s and string up some race wins. I think that he'll be in the head too, to be chosen. Let me know what you think. Nice talking to you guys. Have a good day.